Two Poor Artists, where we're poor at belonging, but mostly we're poor at making art. I'm Benj.
And I'm Isaac. That's a sad opening. It makes it sound like we don't belong anywhere.
Well, I mean, our art doesn't.
I mean, our art belongs in, like, a gallery.
No. Even like a worst art gallery, like, it's just an insult.
Come on, there's so many different kinds of galleries. You don't think our gallery could be like, next to those ones that's just like a dot on a white canvas? They have a dot on a white canvas, and people can be like, oh, we feel so much when we look at that dot, and then they look at ours, and they'd feel something about our art, too.
Yeah, but it's different, because ours is like, we're trying to draw something, but instead we draw something terrible. Like, they were at least trying to draw a single dot on a piece of paper, and they were successful in that.
Yeah, you might.
I mean, it's dumb. It's dumb. That's not art. But those don't belong in museums either.
I imagine people look at ours and it's like, well, that's not art either. But you see, the thing is, art's just so subjective. We could make it work.
Yeah. But, so what we're actually drawing today...
All philosophy aside, yeah. What are we actually drawing today? Yeah, today we are drawing another sermon title. Because, the thing is, when we go to church and we listen to the sermon, we obviously pay attention to the sermon, but we also pay attention to the title. Because sometimes the title inspires the best and strangest drawings we can possibly think of. So today we are drawing the Sanctity of Belongings.
I think it's the Sanctity of What Belongs.
Oh, you're right. I even have it written down right in front of me. The Sanctity of What Belongs. Yeah, lots of big words in today's title, so
Yep,
I hope you stick it out. Yeah, what am I going to draw? That's pretty much where I'm at right now, Benj. What am I going to draw?
I meant what was a big word.
Oh, well,
in the title.
that's also not true, but, if you want to go with that. I'm going to start drawing, though.
Yes.
So today, I was thinking about people.
Okay.
I'm going to start today's drawing with, a man.
Oh. A man.
Mm-hmm. One of those manly men.
Like a human.
Mm-hmm.
I see he wears shirts.
Most do. But the thing about this man is you can't see the front of his face.
Okay.
Can't see the front of his face. I did meant to have more than just a stick for the neck.
See, I was wondering, is this just like a stick figure?
No, see, there's supposed to be more to it, but sometimes that's hard to see. Which direction do ears go?
What do you even mean by that?
It's best not to think about it.
Like, is this the back of the head or the front of the head?
Back of the head.
Then, everybody knows you just don't draw ears if you're drawing the back. Just draw hair and assume it covers it up.
See, the nice thing about hair is you can just assume this person had a really bad haircut.
Mm-hmm. Very true. I mean, we've never drawn anybody with a good haircut.
It's true. Never once. Not for lack of trying. But
Hey, I thought you were going with circle hands from this point on.
I need him to be sort of pointing at something, and that's a bit harder with
Circle hands. So you just drew like a bone with the finger sticking out.
I've decided that 3-finger hands are easier to draw than 4-finger hands, and definitely easier than 5-finger hands. Like, we've talked about this before, but it makes no sense that 5 fingers fit on one hand.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Extremely weird.
But that first hand you drew looks like a bone with like a stick sticking out of it.
Well, how fitting for today's drawing, then, because I am going to be drawing a pet, and as we know, some pets like bones to chew on, like sharks and hyenas.
Yeah, I'm sure those are the first
2 pets everybody has at home.
Everybody thinks so.
Yeah. Whether you think of them or not, it's probably true. I've never seen a shark chew on a bone, but it usually just like snaps right through it and swallows it whole.
Yeah, I don't think they chew on bones.
Yeah, but they probably would. Like if you tossed one in the ocean. I realized lately a lot of my drawings are very... They don't have any color to them. Not to say that we're allowed to use any color.
But you haven't been drawing in things.
Very, like, empty. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Very empty.
Because on a pad with only a ballpoint pen, it's hard to like fill in things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been doing a lot less like things where you color it in. Like when we used to do this on paper every week, we would like all the time I'd make a mistake, so I just color it in.
Yep.
Been doing that less often on here because it's so hard to color things in.
It's very, very hard. So I got to make this look like a couch.
Just not a loaf of bread.
Preempting it. Well, it's a lot. It could be that. We could just end up with a loaf of bread here in a minute. You never know.
Just a giant loaf of bread.
The couch has an ear. Guy doesn't have an ear. Couch has an ear. So
it also could be like a really bad drawing of a car. You know, like that's the mirror.
Yeah.
It's like a front view of a really
I almost like
car.
that more. But it's definitely supposed to be a couch, just for the record.
I kind of see a couch coming in. Like that looks like the cushion. Wait, why is it already coming down? What's the line on the bottom going?
There's two cushions, okay? This is cushion number one. Just accept that as true.
Okay. Well, that's weird.
Well, I mean, it's a cushion, okay?
But I know, but like you should have made that cushion like a rectangle, like a 3D, because that's what it looks like on the other side.
Yeah. Now I have to draw a generic critter. Told you there was going to be a critter in this.
Yeah. Specifically a pet, like a shark or hyena.
No, I said those are the kind of pets that like bones. That's not the kind of pet I decided to go with, though.
Oh.
Too much difficulty involved in either of those. Instead, we're going to go with Earth's ugliest cat.
Well, cats are worse than both sharks and hyenas.
This cat doesn't have eyes in the same spot, unfortunately. So.
Do any of your things have eyes in the same spots?
Yours definitely don't. So
yeah, well, I don't. Mine's perspective. The eye closest to you is bigger. That's how perspective works.
It's kind of a funky looking cat. like you know, like one of those strays that you see running around outside. And you're like, why hasn't anybody adopted it? And then you look close and you're like, I see now why nobody would adopt it. So, and
is this actually this guy's pet, or is it just like a stray cat that came in?
You'll see. You'll see.
I guess that's part of the whole thing, you know, the belonging. Does it belong? Is it sanctified in its belonging?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I wonder how many people at home just went up and looked up the word sanctified, because it's not a word they use, like, you know, ever.
I think most people kind of know what it means because of sanctuaries.
It's got a really weird pancake tail there.
Yeah, that's not a cat tail.
No.
That's like a beaver tail.
Oh man, it was looking so good until that.
Like maybe a dog could have a tail like that, but
maybe, but probably
like
not.
one of those like fluffy, like poodle-like dogs with like the fluffy tails.
This is also like one of those couch cushions that's like, you're like, why would somebody ever give away this couch? And you're like, oh, never mind. It's clearly got some issues. I couldn't see at the beginning. It also has one side of the couch that's much bigger than the other side.
You also did that weird thing again where one side of the cushion's 3D and the other side's 2D.
Well, it's the angle we're looking at it.
That's like, what angle would that be?
I don't know.
That makes one side be 3D and one side be
like
2D.
It gives it depth, I think, since it's hard to draw depth At least that's
I
what
think
I'm
just
going
making
for.
both sides be 3D would have given it depth.
Yeah, but okay. You get the point that it's a couch, right?
Sure.
And there's
That
like a
does-
cat-ish creature
It's definitely
on the
a couch with a cat on it. That's true.
That's as much as I can hope for in today's drawing
This
bench.
guy has like a really big empty room that with a couch on it.
So you're saying I should draw like a lamp or something? I can draw a lamp.
Well, I mean that would just make it almost weirder. Like why is big empty room with like a lamp way off to the side and a couch?
Just remember you asked for this lamp.
I didn't ask for the lamp.
You complained. It's also going to be a striped lamp. You know
Yes,
why?
because the ground exists. And it just so happens that one stripe is perfectly lined up with the corner of
It
the...
helps the illusion that was supposed to be.
Mhm.
But see, I wasn't gonna have a lamp, but then you complained about the room being empty.
Yeah, well, you're the one that like made the room keep going.
Maybe I'll have like a potted plant over here too.
A striped potted plant. Oh, this one's not striped.
Nope, this one we're using another technique to disguise our mistakes. We're gonna put some design on the potted plant. See, it's almost invisible now.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
it was all on purpose. It's just like a corn stalk. Like who has a corn stalk in their house?
It's a normal thing to grow in your living room. It's useful. It's useful, okay? People have all these plants that like don't require much water but yield nothing. This guy gets like 1 ear of corn a year that he doesn't have to buy.
Like he grows in his living room.
In fact, you know what? It's harvest season. That's it right there. That's the give it a little.
Isn't corn normally closer to the top of the stalk?
His corn plant is an indoor corn plant.
Oh, okay.
They grow close to the ground because there's no predators except for this cat. But yeah. So anyway, let's get back to the topic at hand instead of this guy's clearly empty living room.
Mm-hmm.
Not even going to comment on the fact that the wall is empty because I don't want to draw a picture on his wall in my picture. So we'll just go with this. We'll just go with the sanctity. What is it again? The sanctity of what?
Sanctity of what belongs.
Sanctity of what belongs. You do not belong.
Hey, that cat's like us.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, he's us if we had a crooked face. I belong. How do you spell meow?
The cat talk? Oh, okay. I don't... MEOW, I guess. I don't know if there's like a... But, see... So the cat doesn't belong because it's not sanctified. Because it's evil, like all cats. Is that what the lesson here is?
Yeah, see, you might think that he's just like, you don't belong here, like... In fact, you know what? Now we're getting more to the point. You don't belong there. And you might be thinking that, like, you're like, oh, the cat's, like, clearly in his spot, right? Because he's got his spot. But no, that's not it at all. No. Yeah, no. The cat doesn't belong in the house. It's like his ex-girlfriend's cat. And the cat liked him more, so it came back to his house, you know?
Mhm.
But he's like, no. Like, you're the main reason I broke up with her. Because every time she'd come over, she'd bring you. and then I'd have to look at your crooked face and your platypus tail. So I broke up with her. She was the love of my life, you see, but she wouldn't get rid of you. And I hear cats live more than like a year, so she had to go. You don't belong here.
Everybody knows
in my house.
Cats live forever until they capture 9 souls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. It's worse if they live with a redhead, because then they compete for souls.
Since they're both born without them.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
And left-handed people.
You know, could you
a
imagine?
Left-handed red
Yep,
cat?
I was just going to say.
Like, I mean, just imagine.
How do you spell sanctity?
It's like Sand City, I believe.
I'm going to look it up.
Oh, but I think there's an extra T. It's like Sand City, but with one more T.
It's like Sanctity.
Yeah. No, not like that. Like the T before the I think. I don't think it's like 2 T's in a row.
Oh, gosh. Am I allowed to erase if it's the title?
I didn't even erase when I wrote my name wrong, so just
Sanctity. Oh, gosh. You can fix that on yours. What belongs? Like, you know, my brain and hands work worse when we're doing this every week than any other time of the week. It's like, oh, how do you draw a person again? Oh, the eyes aren't next to each other. Oh, man. And then it's like, oh, I gotta spell a word that I literally wrote down next to me on the other paper over here. Oh, but I spelled it wrong, and I looked it up wrong. So, yeah.
Yep.
Sanctity of what belongs.
Like, there's no way you actually thought it was 2 T's in a row.
Nope.
You just wrote it.
Yep. That's unfortunately true. So,
Yeah.
there we go. The sanctity of what belongs.
I guess you could almost call it a pun because, kitty is spelled like that.
Yep, nope, that's what I was going for. The sanctity of what belongs.
It's a pun. It's a pun. It's always been a pun.
It was a pun. It was like a subconscious pun. Like, I didn't realize I was making a pun, but my subconscious was like, no, do the pun. Do it. We're to spell it wrong on purpose, even though you're looking at it on your phone over here. Yeah. So, good luck on your drawing bench.
Let's see if I can draw something.
So, it's your turn now.
Yes.
I'm actually pretty happy with my drawing for once. My dorky-looking cat looks like it could have been on purpose, and if you think about the lamp being made of like bamboo, and that's why it has lines going all the way up it, then it's just an artistic choice that I drew a bamboo lamp.
Very true. Very true. Your drawing was not horrible.
Not as bad as my Siberian bear last week.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, no, that's all we need to say. That.
So,
the sanctity of what belongs.
Mm-hmm. So this is a chair of sorts.
It is sort of a chair.
And that's pretty much what I had in mind.
Like you see, like
I might draw a chair.
Chairs in real life are barely look different from the side. You just never see a chair directly from the side.
Yeah,
so
this is like you got in a very specific angle to see this chair perfectly on the side.
It also looks very uncomfortable because there's like no curvature to the back of it at all. It's just like a very straight backed. Like it needs some cushions and a hug.
Yeah, so like I guess I could do like a that type of thing.
Wow, look at that.
And then like maybe even a butt cushion.
I mean, I'd rather sit on this chair now than before.
Yeah, it still wouldn't be comfortable because it is like 90-degree angle, but
at least you could like lean into the back a little bit more.
And lots of chairs are 90-degree angle chairs. Like
if you got a pillow and shoved it in that little 90-degree corner, this could be a pretty decent chair for having like a meal at, or whatever it is you're going to do in your drawing.
Yeah. See, the problem is that I don't want it to actually be a side angle.
That is quite a problem.
Because that makes what I now want to draw much harder. So I'm trying to think, like, could I turn this into a not 90-degree angle chair without ruining everything?
You may have been able to back when there wasn't cushions on it.
Yep. So what I'm thinking is
I'm glad we've already completely messed up your vision for today's drawing.
let's have this
A cat.
let's just pretend like this isn't a on the side chair,
No.
and the table is going to be not like this at all.
I mean, here's the thing. You could do like a top-down view of the table now, and we just say this chair fell over and it's on its side.
And then we have the guy sitting on the other side.
I mean,
This chair fell. This chair fell.
People have chairs that get knocked over, and people are lazy. They don't always pick them up right away.
This is moved to the other side of the table.
Sometimes that's exactly what happens.
Oh, I'm having that thing happen.
You mean you didn't wear your drawing glove thing?
Hey, this has been happening to you
Hey,
recently.
it didn't happen today. You almost drew a dolphin up there. Did you?
It's happened to you yesterday,
Did
though.
you try? I didn't do this yesterday.
Or last week.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I think... Let's hope I don't accidentally clear the whole thing.
Oh, no, wouldn't that be-
would be horrible.
It'd be against all the rules is what it would be. Oh my gosh. Please hold while we spend the next 40 to 90 minutes deleting every single line.
Okay, there
Oh,
we
you
go.
wanted that one?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to draw a table.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. So this is a table. A perfectly straight table.
What is happening to you?
Perfectly
You can't
straight.
blame a pen for whatever that is. Although, I'll be honest with
Perfectly
you.
straight.
We were at the store the other day, my wife and I, and we were looking for, like, furniture. And there's a lot of furniture that's like, they're trying to go for that natural look. Like, they're like, we found a tree in the forest, and we just stuck some legs on it, and we called it a table. We sanded the top of it, but it still basically just looks like a tree on its side,
Yeah, that's basically what this
Yeah,
is.
like that is definitely a type of furniture that you have drawn. So, like, we have a table. Two of the legs, you don't need to see them.
Yep. That's what I had just decided, is that we don't need to see those.
I love that there's just a chair on its side because
Yeah.
it didn't work. And you're like, oh shoot, I can't show you what's on the table if we're looking at the side of the table. So there's just a chair that fell over.
It's so that you know what the chair looks like that I'm going to draw over here.
Oh, okay.
It's all planned.
This is not like a blueprint you're supposed to be drawing of like, is the pen messing up again?
No, this is on purpose.
Oh, of course. Why wouldn't I expect that line to be on purpose?
Yeah, obviously this side. And I'm actually, let's see. I'm going to draw, I guess I should probably like draw something on here.
That is the entire point of our YouTube channel.
Is it? Draw something? Let's see. Let's draw. Let's do like we'll draw like one of those churches.
Is this like a puzzle?
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be like a puzzle.
Oh, so it's not you're thinking like, oh, if I just draw lines all over
I just draw lines over it.
It would just be like a white background puzzle.
Exactly.
Easily the hardest puzzle on earth to complete.
So this is gonna be like one of those fancy old-timey churches.
Yeah, looks beautiful.
The puzzle.
The puzzle. Fancy old-time church. The
And
puzzle.
then I'm gonna have basically just puzzle pieces, and they're just gonna like draw like weird puzzle pieces.
I like how that one side of the puzzle has really jagged lines, and the rest of this puzzle is like, we can ease up. That side was really hard. What?
That's how puzzles are.
Why don't they have puzzles like that, where some like parts of the puzzle are rounded pieces, and the other side of the puzzle is like really jagged, sharp-looking pieces? Like
That would be an interesting puzzle.
we should make old-timey church the puzzle and do exactly that.
I don't know how to like represent that one piece is missing, but just one of these pieces,
You
like
just like black it out.
black it out.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, because clearly the
It's
black
like-
table underneath would be showing.
Exactly. Just pretend like there's a perfectly black mat under the.
I mean, people who do puzzles, from my understanding, they have exactly that. They have like a mat that the puzzle's on, and then they like roll it up and put it away, since puzzles take like 9 or 10 years to finish.
Yep. I don't think puzzles take that long, but yeah, people definitely do have like mats or whatever. They also will have like those boxes to separate like the different colored things in. Okay, so then, I just realized like normally I try to draw something funny or like with a pun. I'm not like thinking of anything though this time. This is just a guy doing a puzzle. Here's his head. Oh man, you guys have never seen me draw a person from the top view yet.
Oh boy, I imagine
What
it'll just be
what
like,
does one of my people
Wait,
look like?
hang on a second. Is the bottom of that chair round?
This isn't the bottom. This is that's the
Oh,
guy's
that's
head.
the guy's head.
Yeah.
I imagine there's just going to be 2 eyeballs and a nose
Two
bulging
eyeballs. Two eyeballs.
out. Oh, wow.
And then they're like, he's got like a black
Oh,
eyeball. thing.
no, the black parts of the eyes are not supposed to stick out. This definitely looks like you drew something else, and it's not a person's head.
And then hair.
I'm going to have to try really hard to picture this as just a normal person that you drew.
Yeah, this is
sitting in a
what
chair.
all of my people look like from the top
He
view
looks
down.
like he just has like a pillow behind his head.
Well, the chair isn't done yet. See,
He also
that's what
doesn't have. Oh, okay.
that's the pen's doing it again. Yeah, there, fixed it real quick there. Down.
I'm still just like sitting across from this guy. I understand why there's an empty chair now, because there was someone sitting across from this guy doing the puzzle with him, and then they just looked up and they saw him. Like, his eyes bulging out of his head, his nose like ready to poke someone's eye out.
Yeah. I mean, my humans are disturbing.
It's true. Neither of us have really mastered the arts of not drawing a disturbing looking human yet.
And so he's got like arms coming out, but one arm is like doing this coming up here, and it's a striped. He has a T-shirt right that ends right
Oh,
there.
yep. It's very convenient when lines line up with things. Like,
Yeah, it was just perfect right
I
there.
call it like very satisfying. Like people watch it, like, oh, that was so satisfying, that video. When the lines of like a lamp line up with the lines of the background, and when the lines on somebody's arm line up with the background perfectly, it is extremely satisfying. You know what's not satisfying?
Everything that I draw.
What? Well, that's fair. But what is going on with this guy's hand?
He's holding a puzzle piece. That's the puzzle piece.
Is he wearing like
That's
a
his hand.
baseball mitt?
Don't you always do puzzles in wearing a baseball mitt?
I feel like there's probably a Guinness World Record out there somewhere that's like fastest time to complete a puzzle wearing 2 baseball mitts.
So here's his other arm in the sleeve coming out here, and I don't know. He has a peg arm here.
Oh gosh.
That's like a wooden arm.
Oh man.
That's just like a peg.
Do people have peg arms?
This guy does.
Like, peg legs are like a very common piratey thing. This, on the other hand, I don't know that I can get
I mean,
behind.
why would you have a peg arm? Like,
It
you may as
wouldn't-
well just not have anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel
Like
like
this
this
guy
is just... yeah, nope. It must help him with puzzles.
Yeah,
so
it's his puzzle peg arm.
puzzle peg.
And so he's gonna say words here now. He's gonna say Gloria, the last piece is here. That's what he's saying. The normal thing that everybody says
Is
when
it
they're
like-
completing a puzzle.
Is it like Gloria as in like praise be?
Yeah, like
Or is
basically,
he
not
like-
like the name?
Or is he like shouting to Gloria who's in the other room?
Her chair fell
Gloria
over.
stormed off like a while back because she's like just so fed up with this puzzle. She's like, you can't even see the church in the puzzle.
It's the worst
You
puzzle.
can't even see it at all. Some of the pieces are jagged. Some of them aren't. Your eyes are poking out of your head because you try to find it. So I'm just gone. Call me when the last piece is here. And he's just, Gloria, the last piece is here.
Yep, we could go with that. I was thinking the other form of Gloria, since it's sanctity.
Oh, that's
But
also
whatever.
an option.
However you want to portray this. See, your drawing was one of the best drawings you've done on this channel. This might be one of the worst I've done.
I gotta say, I'm a fan of your first chair.
The one that I completely messed up on.
Uh-huh. You'll see if you can.
San City. Wait, what's the first word should have been the.
I'm pretty sure
Whatever.
you were not. It's the sanctity of belonging.
Sanctity of what?
What belongs?
Of what belongs?
Yeah. See, no matter how many times we say it or literally look at it written down,
Yeah,
it's complicated.
that's how you know it's a great sermon title when nobody can possibly remember it.
Yep. But they will remember this drawing.
No, I hope not.
No, they will remember it.
And
Not in the same way. You should remember
Page.
something.
29.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I didn't write the.
Yep. I spelled sanctity wrong, so.
No, yeah, but yours was a pun at least.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Well, those are our drawings.
Yep. We're glad you stuck it out till the end.
You should have just
Imagine,
not.
I imagine I'm saying, like, we're glad you stuck it out to the end, and then there's just no one who ever sees this part of the video.
I bet nobody's ever watched the whole video.
If you guys made it to the end of this video, please say something. Let us know you're there. And if you're not there, it really doesn't change anything. We're going to keep drawing next week, but
It's true. Yeah, nobody's gonna write in the comments.
I know. Maybe I'll make a new account so I can leave a comment.
Well, we should just both make a bunch of new accounts.
Yeah.
And just keep leaving comments.
Yep. I'll make Pegar Malin.
That way we can.
Pegar Malin can leave. He'll just smash the keyboard with his peg arm, and you can make Gloria, his hot-tempered wife.
You have to make your profile picture this.
I don't think YouTube would allow it. Well, thanks. We're not getting any better. We probably won't ever, but we're glad you're here for it.
Yep. We'll see you next week.
Adios.
Bye.
As always, we're surprised you made it this far into our video.
There's no way we could possibly ask you to subscribe to this atrocity, so we won't.
We would say share it with your friends, but it's probably better for wasting your enemy's time.
We're probably not going to get any better, but we will keep drawing.
See you next time.